Okay, so we'll continue. Okay, so we have implicit and explicit conversion. Okay, implicit conversion is where Python converts the data type implicitly by itself, right? So when I say, okay, first let's do select star, we can see the exact spelling of the column. Okay, so we have higher date here, right? Now, higher date is a date type, correct? So if I print higher date here, okay, I'd say last name, comma, higher date. Okay. Select last name.
HR is capital.
No, it
HR
doesn't
should be
matter.
small.
Doesn't matter. You need to select
Okay.
it. Okay. It's case insensitive. Okay. So by default, okay, the HR date will be in date format, right? But let's say I want to change the format. Okay. So then we call explicit conversion. Okay. So we will see first how to perform explicit conversion. Okay. Explicit conversion means you are forcing it to convert from one data type to another data type. So now I don't want date type, I want in a different format type. So when it's a different format type, you need to, you need to provide the format, and that format will be of type character, not of type date, right? Date is this format only, 2 letter, then your 3 character from the month, okay, and 2 letter from the year. Okay. So what I'll do is I'm going to explicit convert to character. So I'm going to say let it be so that we can see the final outcome, and to character. Okay. So to character, to cat, higher date. Okay. What do you want to convert? Convert higher date. Okay. Into which format? I want to convert into month, dd, comma, y, right? Now when you run it, sorry, again, you have to, it's otherwise you have to give comma here. Okay, it's treating everything as one single statement. So if you give comma, the first, this will be executed first, then this. So we'll have to scroll down to see the output. Yeah. So you see this. Okay. So month. Okay. And since we wrote complete month, it converted into month. Okay. Now I want to let's format salary also. Okay, so let's say we'll put salary, and then we'll format salary. Okay, and format what? Format salary. And salary into what format? So dollar. Okay, 99 quotation, dollar 99999.99. Okay, you see dollar sign got added here, right? And if you just say 19, you will get only one decimal point. Okay. So this way you can format salary also, right? So we have formatted numbers and we have formatted text, right? That's how you can format, okay, things um, to character. Now we'll see how to format into number. Okay. Um, let's say um, okay. So to convert into number, okay, there are So there's a big list. Okay, so let me okay, let's see that and then we'll talk about how to convert. So when we go here, equal to number uh, to number um, options. Let's type this. Okay. This is official Oracle documentation, right? So here you see, okay, it is the text. Okay, so we are giving the text, right? And we'll convert the text to the number format. So let's say you have okay, so let's say you have text, say select, okay, 1 2 3 4 5.66. Now this is a text, right? So to convert this text into number, I have to use, okay, to number, right? So if you have a number, okay, in a table, in a text format, you can convert it into numeric format. The advantage of converting numeric format is that you can use it for addition, subtraction, right? So to number, and we'll take this. This is string, isn't it? Text, because it is in quotation. And I say comma, and you give the format. Okay, so format is 99999 dot 999. Okay, and we'll say from dual. So see, it has converted a text into number. Okay, now you can use it for addition, subtraction. Okay, okay, so that is it. But there are okay, let's see this. I wanted to show you the table which has all the options. It's not possible to do all the options. To can. It's called to-char format model. Okay. Yes. Yes. So you see this format model. So when you say comma, we used comma, right? 9. So it is saying that convert it into this number system. Okay. So this is to convert it to number system. So here I did not put comma. So generally what we do, we put comma after before. So this is 100 and then, 100,000, so on, right? So you can give comma. Oops. Okay. It says invalid number. Okay. Comma cannot appear to the right of a decimal. Obviously, it can't appear on the right side. It has to be before. Okay. Okay. So here you don't have decimal point. Okay. So if I put comma here, okay, and then you run it. No, it's comma is not coming. So it is used to convert into I don't know. So it comma actually, if I say here, right? So let's say if you have a 1 million number, so you'll have 1 comma 000 comma 000. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to convert into number system. So it is not there, but we have seen dot, right? We have seen dollar sign. Okay. You can put 0. So it will put if you want to convert into four digit, okay, and the number has only 3 digit. So it will add 0, okay, towards left. Okay, so this is for the to number, and to character it will, so you can even mention to do the trailing zeros, okay, right side. Then B returns the blank for the integer part of a fixed point. So fixed point, if you have 5 digit, to show indicate that it is blank, it will put B. So these are different format that we use. Okay, I'll share this table. Okay, there's a lot we can do. Okay, but that's okay. Then okay, then there are few more things. Okay, if this is again your this is for 2char, so this is format for 2char. What we did was we did the currency one, which is mostly used. Okay, but you can try this FMT. It's called formatting. FMT stands for format. Okay, what we gave here is both format. Sorry, it's here only, right? So this is called format, format. This is what we gave format. So there are many format options available. Okay, it's good to know that these are the format, but we don't generally use. This is for display purpose, right? Data will be stored in its own format. But if you want to display in a different format, different kind of thing, okay, that's when you can use these format options to display. Okay. Similarly, you can convert something to date also. Okay. So if you have a date kind of thing stored in, let's say, character format. Okay. So let's say I have select, let's say you have something called as December 11, comma 2022, and let's say you have time also. Let's say 6:00 a.m. Now this cannot be in a string, sorry, date format, right? This has to be in a string format. But now I have to save it, or I have to display it as a date format. So what I'll do, I will take this thing, okay, this string, okay, and I will say I want to convert into to date. Okay, and you put it here. Okay, so this is your input. Okay, and which format this is in, right? So this is your input value. Now here you mention the format that this is in. So this is in December, right? So full, so December month. Okay, then we have space, then we have DD, right? Date, then we have comma, then we have YYYY. Okay, okay, then again we have comma, right? After year, immediately we have comma, then space, then this is hour, so HH, capital H, then colon. Okay, we have colon, and this is minute, MI. Okay, MM stands for month. Okay, so we give MI for minute. Okay, then space, and then you give AM. This is AM, right? Okay, and now you say from dual. So what happens? This will convert the text that we have into, okay, AM or PM required. Okay, so we did give, right, AM PM. Okay, no, so it's format, right? Sorry, so it does not have dot here. If it had dot, you would have said dot. Okay, so now see, it has converted into date. This is how you write the date, isn't it? But internally it has all the information. This is how we display date. That's why it is showing you as DDMON hyphen. But internally, it has complete information that is there here. Okay, so this is how you can convert when you are reading from different file and the date is stored in, okay, in a text format. You can convert into date format, because when you convert in date format, all the functions that we have in date, right, will be available. Right, if you have a string, then you can't find date minor, difference between date and all the things that we did in the date, right? So because date operations that we will be available only on date type. So if you have in string format, okay, then you can't perform. You can only perform string operations. So you need to convert date into date format, and then you can apply your date function. So this is how you can convert any string into date. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, we can convert anything to character, we can convert anything to number, we can convert anything to date. Now, given that it is in a date format, right? Now, if I add a here, obviously I can't convert this into number. Okay, it has to be number in a text format which can convert. So you can't say that you can convert even a also into number. We can't. It is number, but in text format, so we are able to convert. Right? This is a type of date in string format that's why we are able to convert. But to char, anything can be converted into char. Okay, you can convert anything and everything into string or text format, but you can't convert everything to number or date. It has to be a valid date. It has to be a valid number. Only then we can use to date and to number. Okay. Okay. Now we'll talk about two important functions. Okay. Um, uh, which are uh, uh, which are used to perform your conditions. Okay. So one is decode. Okay. It is like multiple conditions. Okay. Decode is like the if we did in Excel. If you remember, we did if condition, and then if condition is true, do what? If condition is false, do what? Right? So here we say decode. Okay. And decode will have 4 values here. Okay. We'll have 4 values. What are those 4 values? First is the value that you want to check. Okay. So it compares the two expression, okay, which is your if it is equal or not, right? So let's say for dummy sake, okay, I put ABC and then I say ABC. Okay, and then here I say text matched. Okay, and here I say text didn't match. Okay, from dual. Okay. So what happens? See, so this is the input column, the value that we want to check against which this. So this is the input expression, and this is the expression that we want to match. Okay, and if this is true, then we want to say text matched. Okay, so here you don't have greater than equal to less than. Here it is default equal to only, right? So you have to give first left side, then right side, and then what happens if there is a match? What happens if there is no match? Here also you can write a decode. Okay, if there is a match, you write a decode again, right? So for example, okay, I put ABC, and here I'll say text match to ABC. Did not match, again I'll put a decode here, right? And here I'll say, okay, ABC, text match to ABC, and something else. Okay. Now, when I run this, of course, the ABC will get matched. So you will not go to else, right? You will perform text match to ABC. Now here, let's say I put BBC, let's say, and inside I'll say BBC, and text match to BBC, something. Now you see BBC and ABC. So this will not get matched, right? So this should not print this. Then it'll go to else. In else, again, we have a condition, right? So it said text match to BBC because this did not match, so it came here. Here again, you have decode, very much like the Excel thing, okay? And then it's trying to match BBC. Now, if I give something else, CBC, okay, there's no match here, it comes here, and there's no match here. So it should give something else, right? So you can try something like this. So let's say select decode, okay, and you have date. So let's say you have higher date, okay, and you can compare it with sys date, right? So let's say I compare with sys date. Sys date is today's date, okay. If this is true, I'll print it at first day at work, right? Otherwise, old timer, something like this. So select from HR.employees. Okay, of course, I don't expect anything to be, new date. So you get all old timer, right? Instead, what I'll do is let's run and take one date here. Okay, so we'll take this one. So instead of sys date, we'll use this. Now, for the first row, we should get first timer, right? First day at work, sorry. I mean, this is just to show you how it works, right? And you can use it for, so this is used only for, comparing. Equal to. Now, if you have to compare less than greater than, right? So there is a different way to do that. We use case for that. Okay. So let's take salary example here. Okay, salary example, you have 24,000. Okay, so let's divide the salary into 6. Okay, 6,000, 12,000. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to divide into grade A, grade 2. So if it is less than 6,000, grade 1, 6 to 12, grade 2, more than 12, grade 3. Okay. So select, right? Select, let's say we do last name. And now we will perform case on salary. So let's display salary also. And then we'll say case. Case, we can write multiple condition. So case, right? So now here you say case, and then you give expression. Okay. Case when salary less than 6,000, right? Case when salary less than 6,000, then do what? Print grade 1 or grade A, grade 1, right? That's how generally we write. So case when salary less than 6,000, grade 1, comma. Okay. Then you can again say when. Okay. When salary greater than equal to 6,000 and salary less than 12,000, right? Less than 12,000. Then grade 2. Okay. Now default condition, you will say else. Else is default. If it doesn't meet any above condition, you will say else. Else what? Grade 3. Okay. So anything more than 12,000. See, less than 6,000 we have taken care of. 6 to 12 we have taken care of. What is left is more than 12,000. So in that case, we'll say grade 3. And you have to end the case. Okay. So you have to say end case, indicating that end of case. And of course, if you want, you can print something else like first name. Okay, from HR dot employees. Okay, and when you run it, missing keyword. What is missing?
Um, do we need comma after the grade 3?
Oh yeah, no, grade 3 we don't need comma. I think end case we don't need comma. Okay, right. Which is 1 second. Why it's saying because of this? I don't think so. Because we do not give semicolon, right? So case salary less than 6,000, then oh okay, I'm sorry. Okay, it's comma is not required anywhere. Sorry, comma is not required anywhere because comma will make it a separate column altogether. So this also did not work. When salary is less than 6,000, then grade 1. Okay, when salary is greater than 200, okay, or 6,000, and salary less than 12,000, right? That's what we are saying. Then grade 2, else we are saying grade 3 and case. And from,
HR employee semicolon.
no, if you have multiple lines, then it makes sense. Okay, if you have multiple lines, right? If you want to run multiple lines, you want to run these two lines together, then you have to add semicolon.
Okay.
Select last name, salary. Okay, the salary is not required here because case is what is important. Ah, yes. Okay. So comma was not, what mistake we made was comma was not required. Okay. So case all together because comma in select will make it as a separate column. So when you put comma, it will treat as a separate column. Okay. So now you see select last name salary case when salary greater than 6,000 grade 1, when salary greater than 6,000 and less than 12,000 grade 2. You can keep on building multiple cases here. Okay, and then you run it. Okay, you get grade here. Now you see 24,000 grade 3, right? 4,800 grade 1. So this is how you can end up creating multiple cases. Here you can write greater than, less than, right? So you are adding your range also. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll do last bit today. We'll focus on what is called as aggregate function. Aggregate functions are those which will, which will aggregate, okay, and give us a single result. So you want to know total number of columns, total number of rows rather, right? Or sum of the values or the average of the values, right? So, okay, then we have to give this. Now, when you're giving aggregate, you cannot print each individual value. See, if I want to find the total number of columns, I cannot say last name, comma, total number of columns because last name will make it each in unique. Okay, so total number of column will not work, or total number of rows will not work on a specific row. So you have to be careful in what you give along with select. Now again, see, case or for example decode works for each row, right? It is at each row. When it is at each row, you can display whatever, right? Last name, first name, you can display along with it because anyway it's calculating at each row. but aggregate function will work on multiple rows. So you cannot give values which are multiple rows. But yes, let's say I want to do a count on department, and then I can print department with it. But I can't print the members of each department because I'm doing count. If I want to do total, I can't print anything. But if I want to do total on department, okay, how many employees are in each department, then I can display department, okay. But I can't display members of each department and then say five members. No. Okay, so that's why, okay, you have to be careful in selecting the columns when you perform aggregate function. So let's do at global, at full table first. So we will do total count. So count is the function, and star means all the record. So select count star from HR employees. So when I say select count star from HR employees, you get 107. So there are 107 values in the record. Now I can do average of the salary, let's say. See, count doesn't matter which column you do, right? That's why I put star. But if I say average star is not possible because there are some text column also. So I will say average on salary. Okay. So it will give us the salary, average of all the salary that is there in the database. Oops, what happened? Okay. My mistake. Okay. It is AVG. Okay. Not average. Yes. And you can see this will give you a color, right? So indicating that it's an inbuilt function. Okay. So AVG. So you get average salary, which is 6,461. 6,461, right? That's your average salary. You can do sum of all the salary, right? So instead of average, you say sum. Okay. So it will perform sum of all the values. So, so you want to know your total salary that you are paying every month. So that's the salary that you are paying every month. Okay. You can do minimum, you can do maximum. Okay. Let's say, okay. Let's try to combine all of these. You can, because all of these are on all the rows, right? So you can combine all these functions together. So count star, total employees, right? Average salary, average salary. Then total salary. So you say total salary, right?
Total salary of all employees, right?
Correct. Then you want to say min of, let's say, higher date. Higher date is higher underscore date, right? So minimum of higher date, smallest value, that means oldest employee, isn't it? Old or first employee or oldest employee. Okay. Then again, if you do maximum of, right? So maximum of higher date will give you the latest month. So new employee, newest employee, right? Newest employee. Okay. Let's run this and see.
So you shouldn't be adding a comma after
Yes,
minimum.
no, so these are your what do you call alias, right? No, I do not want. Tell me, can you see the problem here? Okay, keyword from, not found. I'm saying from, right? From HR employees.
Minimum hire date.
Yeah, after minimum hire date, you shouldn't be adding comma.
Oh, yes. Right. Okay, great. Awesome. So this is how you need to solve your errors. Now, again, there's a problem here. So count, I did not give comma. Average, I did not give comma. Sum, did not give comma. Min, did not give comma. Max, I did not give comma. So max, higher date. Okay. Okay. Is it how we give? Is it how we give alias? How do we give alias? Forgot? How do we give alias?
Yeah, we don't give
No.
alias.
But if we want to give,
So before
if we have to give, let's say, I want to give average salary. I want to give. I said not to give. Try not to do that. But of course, you can do it, right? How we do it?
Double
Is it not?
quotation.
Right? No, also from, not found. Why from is there? Max, min. So this is correct. Higher date. Okay.
Maybe multiple functions not working.
Yeah, but we are doing all of these at let me move this and see. We're doing all at same level, right? So it should work. Okay, let me. Okay, here we did not change it, right?
Here we didn't change.
Here we did not change, right? This is only for text, okay? When you are doing alias, yes, you got it, right? So yeah, so if you have to give alias name, alias has to be in double quotation, right? So yes, so because all of these are at entire table, right? So you can display them together.
We can
Right.
use as also, right? Yes.
Yes, you can use as also, yes. Okay, you can use as and then the alias name, or just don't put comma, it knows that it is alias. Okay, so now let's say I perform, okay, I say select, okay. I say department ID. Select department ID, comma, okay, AVG of salary from HR.employees. So see, here I'm saying department ID, right? So what happened? Average of salary is on the entire table, isn't it? And I am printing department. How can you print department ID when you're doing for entire table? Not possible, isn't it? So this is what I was saying, that you cannot give, a column value, okay, department ID when you're doing average salary, because average salary is on all the things. So you will get only one row, right? Like last time we got only one row, but department ID will give us 5 rows, right? So it doesn't know which one to pick. I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? But let's say my intention is to print average salary for each department. My intention is to print average salary for each department. Okay, not the entire one. Give me the average salary for department 60, then the average salary for department 70, average salary for department 80. Okay, so you have to use group by. Remember group by we did? So if you say group by department ID, okay, now when you run it, you get this. So this is average on each department. Okay. right? So because if I do average salary, okay, average salary is calculated on the entire table, so you can't do this. But what I'm saying is group by department head. You group the data into each department and then you perform average. That's what it means. Okay. And you can add any number of data in group by. Okay. So if you say, okay, okay, now instead of group by department ID, okay, if you say group by employee ID, it means it's a individual salary, right? Group by ID, employee ID is unique for each row. So if you say group by employee ID, you get salary for each row basically, right? So that's how you can group by. Now you can even group by multiple columns. Okay, so let's say here you have department ID, right? Now 90 has AD VP and AD president, right? Both. So I want even job ID to be part of it. So I'll say job ID, okay, and group by department ID, comma job ID. But again, if I try to run it, okay, it is problem, right? Because you have job ID. So you have to say comma job ID. Now it knows that, okay, first I need to group by department ID, and then within the department ID, I need to group. Okay, so first group by department ID, okay, and then within the department ID, I need to group by job ID. So even let's say if the job ID, which is not possible, but let's say there are two same job ID in two different department. So because first we give department ID, right? So first it will group by department ID, and then within the department it will do job ID. So there's no confusion for Oracle if you have two job ID in two different department. If I don't do department ID, if I have just given job ID, then it would combine job ID even if it is different department table. So it depends upon which column you give first. Right? Now, one thing I have to keep in mind here is when you are doing individual value, okay, just remember this, when you are doing individual values like select salary, select hire date, we used which condition to filter out the data? Where salary greater than 6,000. So what did we use?
Where condition.
Where condition. Okay. But if you are doing aggregate function, okay, aggregate function, you cannot use where. You have having. Having is equivalent of where, okay, in aggregate function. So if I want the average salary to be more than 7,000, right? Average means you give me all the department. But let's say I want to say that having having average salary, okay, more than 8,000 or more than 9,000. So I have to say having, not where. For aggregate function, it is having. So I'll say 10,000 or something. 10,000. Okay. So see, all more than 10,000, only 7 rows got displayed. So this is having. Okay. Okay, is that fine? Okay. Now we'll talk about joins. Join is when you are joining two different tables. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll just have introduction today. Okay. And then we'll do query tomorrow. Okay. Different types of join. Okay. Join. Okay. So as we said, table, it's a table join, right? So let me show you how it works first. Okay. Okay, so let's say you have one table here. Okay, so this table has ID, okay, name, and let's say city. Okay, and this say table has ID, salary, and department, let's say, right? So this is same table with same kind of data, right? ID. Now let's say here you have department ID 101, not employee ID, right? Not department ID 101, 102, 103, 104. And here also you have 101, 102, 103, 104. Then it is simple to join, isn't it? It's easy to join because you'll create one single table here, right? And you will take this and add them here, right? So this is called join. You're joining two tables. Okay, you're joining two tables. Okay, so because there has to be something common. Okay, now let's say here the name is, let's say, SAPR. Okay, and city is AABBCCDD. Okay, salary is 12121415. Department is AABB, and let's say BB. So in this case, joining is easy, right? So as I said, first we are getting this, okay, and then you see 101. Let's say now, if let's say if this is reverse order, let's say 104, 103, 102, 101, right? So okay, 101 is 15 BB, so we'll call and put it 15 here, right? 104 is 12A, so 104 is 12A, and 103 is 12A, so 103 is 12A, and this is 102 is 14B, right? So this is how we join, right? So this is okay. But let's say you have this table with 105, okay, data, and this table with 106 data. Okay, this one doesn't have 106, and this table doesn't have 105 data. Okay. Okay. Now what happens? Okay. So when you are doing, so there are multiple ways of joining. Okay. One we call them inner join. Inner join means, okay, inner join. What we just did, this one is inner join. It will only take the column which are common between them. Okay. So these are the table which will have only common. So we say inner join. Inner join means inner join is the smallest number of table which will have only the column which are common between them. Okay. Then we say outer join and full join. Now, full join, okay, full join will perform inner join, okay, will perform inner join, and then what happens? It will add this one. Let's say you have X and let's say Y. Okay, here you have P and let's say Q. Okay, so full join will add 105, and since we do not have equivalent salary and department, it will have null here. Okay, null, I mean blank basically, right? It'll have null. Now it will take 106. Okay, so 106 PQ will be here, right? And it will take null and put it. This is called full join. Inner join, full join. Then you have left outer join and right outer join. Left outer and you have right outer. Okay. Now left, so when you're joining the table, so you'll say from table. Now let's say this is called table A and this is table A, B. So when you write the query, you will say from table A comma B, A comma B, right? So if you say A comma B, which is left?
A is left.
A is left. So what it does is it will take all the record of A, okay, which is your 105. Okay, It will take all the record of A and it will not take the record from B. It's called left outer. Because left we have table A, so it will take everything from A, and for example 105 is not there, it will put null, but 106 will not be added. Okay, when you say right outer, it will take everything from right. Okay, sorry. It will take everything from right and it will not have 105. It will add 106. Okay, and if you put B comma A, reverse will happen, right? So what is saying left means I want all the data from left table and only common from right. Right outer means I want all the from right table, but only common from left table, which is A. Okay, so this is joining two different tables. Then, okay, there's something called as self join. Okay, self join, you don't need two different tables. Now, if you look at our example here, this example itself, and when you run, so let's start from employees. So you have first name is the employee ID. Now look at the manager ID. Okay, manager is also an employee, isn't it? So manager ID is 100. That means this person is the manager of this. So this is called self join. This table is joined by itself. Okay, so 10 has a manager ID of 100. So the same column ID is here. Okay, so this employee ID is linked to manager ID. Employee ID is linked to manager ID. This is called self join. So table joins itself. Okay, so this is an example where table is joining to itself. You have employee ID and job manager ID, but manager ID is linked to employee ID. Okay, so this is called self join. So sometimes you'll have self join. And the worst of all is called Cartesian join. Cartesian join, and I don't find any use of this so far. Cartesian join is like joining everything, all the possible combination. Okay, so you have 5 here and 5 here, correct? So you'll end up getting 5 into 5, 25 rows. It is not going to perform match on ID. It will just combine all together. So SA 12A, SA 12A, SA 14BB, SA 15BB, SA PQ. So one row into each of these 5. Then second row into each of these 5. Third row into each of these 5. So you'll end up getting 5 into 5, 25 rows. Okay. So these are different types of joins that we can get. Of course, inner join also called as natural join because this is the default join. Okay, when you have two different tables. One table, generally employees kind of thing. Okay, you will definitely have self join. Okay, because manager will be the employee itself, right? So you will have that join. And otherwise, when you have two different tables, you will end up getting something like this. Okay, natural join, sorry, there's something like this, natural join. So how to perform each of these joins, we will do it tomorrow. I'll show you how to perform these different joins. And then we will, we have already done last session, right? How to get data from department and employees. We'll do some sub queries and we'll solve it. And yeah, and I think that's it, right? With that, we'll finish our SQL. So hopefully by tomorrow, we should finish our SQL. If not tomorrow, day after, definitely we'll finish off. Okay.